You know, Cincinnati is the 23rd largest metropolitan area in the United States with 2 million people. And when you study the statistics, you find that we have the 8th lowest crime rate. We have attained, I believe, the highest community standards in the nation for a major metropolitan area.
It'll be 18 years that we've lived in Cincinnati, and the reason is because of the people and what the people try to do here in the city, and that's keep a community that has high standards, high morals, and it's a great place to raise kids.
We might not have beautiful snow-covered mountains, and we might not have the seashore, but we do have a pristine reputation as being a great place to raise a family.
I do believe that the fact that we're a clean city, that we don't have X-rated bookstores, we don't have X-rated movie houses, is one of the main reasons why people want to live here.
But you can't sit back and you can't assume that it's going to stay like that, because communities have to be involved, they have to be eternally vigilant, and if they want high community standards, you have to work for them.
People have to care, they have to stand up, they cannot be apathetic, they have to vote, they got to dedicate their time and efforts to create the community that they really want to live in.
It's never over. It's never like a war where you say we've won the war and now we can quit fighting. As long as people think they can make money off of a particular illegal activity, there are going to be people try to do that. I think what our job now is to look at where the threat comes from in the future.
There's no question if we forget the past is going to repeat itself. The Hustler bookstore on 6th Street now, that's an indication of what I mean. If we allow that to continue, that's the beginning of the past coming back, and something's got to be done, and it's got to be done now.
In a democracy, if we just lay back and do nothing, don't let our voices be heard, don't vote for the proper public officials, don't let the public officials know how strongly we feel about these issues, the public officials are not going to respond and things are going to slip backwards.
I think every citizen has not only a responsibility to their community, but also to see to it that those people in public life, public officials, do their job, do their duty in regard to the enforcement of laws that are on the books.
There are so many more means whereby I guess the force of evil can really permeate society. And I think we have to be willing to speak and to organize and to say what is important to us. You have to mobilize. You have to get other people involved. And so that means speaking to church groups. It means speaking to citizen groups. It means going to the Kiwanis meetings. It means bringing other people into the loop.
This issue of keeping the standards high is, in my opinion, it's not a conservative or a liberal issue. It's an issue of right and wrong, high standards and low standards.
The only way we can change this as young people is to get involved in the system. It's never too early. You know, we don't want these dirty places in our communities, you know, that runs it down, because it's just they just don't have any. I mean, what's their purpose? There is no purpose.
I think Larry Flint needs to be out of Cincinnati. There has to be someone to be able to say that's wrong. It can do no good. I don't see one positive out of him having a store in Cincinnati. I can't find one positive. It angers me. It really angers me.
There's a statute in the state of Ohio that says you shall not sell, give away pornography. It's a crime. Everybody knows the Supreme Court. It says obscenity is outside the protection of the First Amendment.
I think the enforcement of the zoning laws, enforcement of the nuisance laws, enforcement of the pornography laws, or obscenity laws are exactly the steps that we have to take.
If you allow Mr. Flint to continue to operate that bookstore, where do you stop? When's the next store coming in? And where is it going? And you can't let him get a foothold. And I think the authorities in this town have to do something and do it now.
There's one store there now. You know, there are other storefronts on the street. If, you know, all it would take is one or two more, and all of a sudden you'd have a strip, you know, in downtown. And, you know, it would deteriorate very quickly, I would think.
What you need is community support. You need people out in the community supporting it and encouraging it. Citizens for Community Values. They're invaluable to law enforcement because of the support they give them.
Well, Citizens for Community Values is something that I've been involved in for a lot of years. Of course, they are, to me, those are the true warriors. Those are the people that are out there on the front lines.
I describe our organization as a free speech organization. We believe in the First Amendment. We are adamantly opposed to unauthorized censorship. We believe that we are the right side of the argument when it comes to the First Amendment because we are exercising our right to get engaged in the debate, and that's what the First Amendment is all about.
There's no question that CCV wants to protect good literature, good works of art, good books, and is really only trying to work through the laws that are on the books in this country to wipe out the child pornography, the hardcore pornography, and that which is not protected by the First Amendment.
I feel very badly for the society that we're handing the next generation, because I don't feel that we have done all that we should have done to protect the environment for them. But I'll keep trying, and hopefully others will also.
I think that it's my responsibility. I want to live in a great world. I really do. And I think it's my responsibility to be somewhat of a role model to the ones that I can be. And why not take that responsibility? Why not want a better world?
We have to decide what kind of a world we want to live in, what kind of a city we want to have. And so it's very important that we do something and do something meaningful. The Edmund Burke quote, all that's required for the triumph of evil is that good people do nothing.